We are here to celebrate the life of Ron Anderson, born August 27th, 1939, passed away March 23rd, 2022. Ron was born August 27th, 1939 in Des Moines, Iowa. His parents are Eric and Grace Anderson, and he has an older brother, Eric, and a younger brother, Steve. He grew up in Des Moines and graduated from East High School, as did his mother and brother Eric. He lettered in football and in wrestling. He went to Augustana College in Rock Island, Illinois for 1 year, where he met his first wife, Mary. After a few years, he joined the Air Force to travel the world. Now, his first assignment, however, was Offutt Air Force Base in Omaha, just a little ways west of Des Moines, which was kind of a disappointment. But he did end up traveling the world. He was stationed in Germany and Korea and Thailand and New Mexico and a lot of different places. So he really did get to see a lot of the world. And then after his time in the Air Force, he decided to move to Denver. While in Denver, he met his second wife, Linda, and his third wife, Donna, and then his first serious relationship with Elaine. And he was actually involved in politics in Denver. He ran for state legislature under the Democratic Party. But when Elaine passed away, he decided he had had enough of the big cities, and he wanted to move back to Iowa, and he looked up small towns, and he thought, Algona looks like a nice, quiet little town. And so he and Mom moved back to Algona, Iowa. Now, Ron was married 3 times and had 2 serious relations after the third marriage. His first wife was Mary, who I mentioned he met at college. His second wife was Linda, who I think he met after the divorce, and they corresponded. And I think part of the reason he moved to Denver was that was where Linda was from. And then after their divorce, he married Donna. Then after that divorce, he said, that's it, I'm done with marriage. But he developed a very serious relationship with Elaine, who had also been divorced 3 times. And then Elaine passed away, and he moved back to Iowa, and he started a relationship with his old high school girlfriend, Karen. And so those were his 5 relationships in his life. Now, as I mentioned, Ron had 5 serious relationships in his life. His first wife, Mary, his second wife, Linda, and his third wife, Donna. Now, after 3 marriages, he had just decided against any more marriages. He met Elaine, who had also been married 3 times, and they just decided, let's not get married, let's just live together and we'll act like husband and wife, think of ourselves as husband and wife, but they did not get married. Then Elaine passed away, and he moved back to Iowa, and he started a serious relation with his high school girlfriend, Karen, which we all love that so much. From those 3 marriages, Ron has 4 children. With Mary, he had Philip, Wanda, and Signe. And then when he married Linda, he adopted Linda's son, Tony, from a previous marriage. Now, unfortunately, because of all the divorces, he did not have close relationships with his children, and that bothered him a lot. From those 3 marriages, Ron has 4 children. With Mary, he had Philip, Wanda, and Signe. And then when he married Linda, he adopted Linda's son, Tony, from a previous marriage. Now, unfortunately, because of all the divorces, he did not have close relationships with his children, and that bothered him a lot. Ron's parents were Eric and Grace Anderson, and he has 2 brothers, Eric, the oldest, and Steve, the youngest. Ron was the middle brother. After moving back to Algona from Denver, Ron did an absolutely marvelous job of taking care of our mom. She lived to 102 and 9 months, and he took care of her right up until the last day. It was just wonderful. Even when Ron was living in Denver, he came back to Iowa, and as you can see from these pictures, we did 2 ragbris together. But then after he moved back to Algona, we took up golfing, and in the summertime, once a week we would meet in Mankato and go golfing, and we were terrible. But we had such a good time, and we'd golf 9 holes and then go eat lunch at the Pizza Ranch. It was sheer delight. We had such a good time. Ron passed away on March 23rd, 2022, after a 4-month battle with bone cancer. And we never gave up wearing our cowboy hats, and he went out smiling.